Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of High Octane Cards. As you can see on the board today, we have a 1991 Traks box that we're going to open. I just recently purchased this on eBay, and we're going to be searching for the Jeff Gordon rookie. Here is a nice look, sorry about that glare, of the box shaped like a car. This is factory sealed. Give everybody a good look at all four sides, the top, the bottom, just with the UPC information. And Traks became into the card industry in 1991 as a competitor to Max. Pro Set was also involved. I'd like to get a box of 91 Pro Set as well to open. But the 91 Traks has several rookie cards in it. The key one is Jeff Gordon. Some of the other drivers that are also rookies in this set would be Todd Bodine, Joe Nemechek, Mike Wallace, Mike McLaughlin, and a few others. There are several owners, media members, crew chiefs, crew members, NASCAR officials, and such that are also rookie cards, but we won't focus on them as much. Again, a nice cleaner look at the box without the factory overwrap on it. Excuse me. And we'll just put the box off to the side here and we'll get cracking. The packs, very 90s in design with the hot pink Traks wording. Foil package, lots of bright colors. There are no inserts in this set, so there's no odds to be seen on the backs of the packs or even on the box. So let's get ripping. That's Strickland. We're going to kind of rapid fire through these, focus on a few of the key drivers. Dale Jarrett, the year he got his first career win. Sterling Harlan was driving for Junior Johnson in 91. Phil Parsons for Diamond Ridge Racing. And we'll just kind of focus on looking for the key rookies. So there's Richard Petty. That's a very nice card. I really like that one. I'll give you a look at the back of the cards. Almost all the backs of the cards are identical. As you see, Richard, being a driver, has a steering wheel. It's got some of his career stats. There you see his personal information, some career highlights. Tom Peck, that's a rookie. Philmar Racing. Dick Brooks. Dick Brooks worked for MRN at the time, so we'll look at the back of the card. Now you see they have a microphone on there. Benny. Robert Black's a NASCAR official. So again, a different logo for the different subjects that they were involved in. Sheldon Pittman and Dr. Jerry Punch. There are several of these crewmen, officials, and such that are rookies, but again, our search is for the Jeff Gordon card. Davey Allison, that's a nice one. Now, the one thing I don't like about these cards, the set's very nice. I like it, very simple design. Not a lot takes away from the card. But the fact that they are black border cards tend to have corner damage and edging problems. So they tend to grade a little lower than a white border card or a borderless card. Excuse me, got my allergies fired up this morning, so bear with me. Bobby Hillin, when he was driving the car that Robbie Moroso had driven the year before. Robbie was killed in a highway accident in 1990. Rick Wilson. Now, a lot of these cards will have images from 1990 season on them. A nice picture of Richard Petty. See the logo there. Larry McClure, Travis Carter, Jimmy Spencer, driving Travis Carter's Chevrolet that year. Jimmy got his first career top 5 in that car. There's Moroso. Steve Wade. Excuse me. Steve Wade currently co-hosts a podcast called the Scene Vault Podcast. Very good. I recommend any NASCAR fan to listen to that one. Eli Gold worked for MRN for many years. I believe he does University of Alabama football now. Linda Petty, Passed away a few years ago. Wife of Richard Petty, mother of Kyle. Andy Petrie works for Richard Childress now. And a nice Rusty Wallace card. Do these off camera so maybe they won't be as loud and distracting. They're a little bit tougher to open. Troy Beebe, that is a rookie card. Davey Allison, a very nice Davey Allison card. I like that card. Kyle Petty. Ted Musgrave. Dave Rezendes, that is a rookie card of Dave. Our second Richard Petty card like this. Cecil Gordon. Cecil was a NASCAR driver back in the 70s and early 80s. He was the original Gordon in the 24, but no relation to Jeff Gordon. As you see, 1991 Traks has a lot of owners, a lot of officials. They wanted to expand their set, I think, more than... it is a 200 card set. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. It is a 200 card set. There is a factory release of this set. I never did pick that one up. I believe there's a few cards in the factory set that were not released in the packs. Bobby Hillin again, Chad Little. Bud Moore, who was in the invasion of Normandy and D-Day in World War II. Bud is a World War II veteran. Spencer again. Another Davey Allison card. And Dr. Jerry Punch again. And Dr. Jerry Punch was an ER trauma physician down in Daytona in one of the hospitals down there, as well as working for ESPN, ABC, and other networks over the years. Ernie Irvin in the Busch car he ran in the 1990-91 season. Morgan Shepherd again. Seems to be a little bit of a pattern here, but not much. Some of these guys are still around the garage area. Donnie Wingo works for Front Row Motorsports. David Green is a NASCAR official. This is his rookie card. Hubert Hensley, car owner back in the day. Larry Mack, who works for Fox now. And Traks came out with the transporter cards, which doubled as checklists. Transporters were a popular item in NASCAR back in the early 90s. They had a yearly competition between the truck drivers at various tracks just to test their skills as far as parking, navigating through cones, and so forth. And it was always popular among the truck drivers and some of the fans as well that enjoyed that. So here you have the McClure brothers, co-owner the number 4 Chevrolet that Ernie Irvin drove. Eddie Lanier, engine builder. Another Richard Petty card. Very nice. Cale Yarborough, 83 wins, but only one win as a car owner. Johnny Andretti, 98 at Daytona. 97 at Daytona in the Pepsi 400. Joe Nemechek, Joe's rookie card here. Drove for his own Busch Series team. He continues to field a team in the Xfinity Series part-time and the Truck Series full-time. Another Linda Petty. And Joey Knuckles, the on-again, off-again crew chief for Davey Allison in the late 80s, early 90s. Final card of that pack, sorry about that. Patriotic Statement. I believe this mentioned that the Daytona 500 that there was 5 cards in 91 that ran the 5 Armed Forces paint schemes. Of course, Operation Desert Storm was going on at that time. Mark Martin, Very nice Mark Martin card. Still haven't seen the Gordon rookie yet, nor have we seen a Dale Earnhardt card. I believe there are 2 Dale Earnhardt cards. There's Butch Miller, ASA veteran. Trickle again. Ken Wilson, who was Michael Waltrip's crew chief at the time. Seeing lots of Dale Earnhardt crewmen, but no Dale Earnhardt yet. Ned Jarrett. Bob Jenkins. Richard Yates, who is the twin brother of Robert Yates. And the Sunoco transporter. This is one of my favorite cards of the whole set, Alan Kwiecki in front of his shop. I love that stonework there with the AK logo. Very attractive card. One of my favorites. I'll set that one aside and I'll sleeve it in a minute. Neil Bonnet, when he worked for TNN and CBS. Felix Sabates, who's still currently a car owner. Harold Elliott. Leonard Wood. Now there are some error cards in this set, but they are mostly typographical errors on the backs of the cards, and there may be some variations of the coloring of print as well, of the driver's name or the Traks logo. Tom Peck, that's a rookie. Benny Ertel. John Malloy. Ken Schrader's Busch Series car that he drove. He owned that car. Gary Nelson. Robert Black, former Busch Series director. Frank Cece, Scott Welliver, Busch Series owners. And the Pennzoil transporter. We're not quite a third of the way through this box. I believe there were 36 packs in this. May have to speed this up a little bit. I don't want my camera to shut off. I believe I can film for 30 minutes. Clyde McLeod and another transporter. Again, I apologize for doing the packs off camera. They're just a little loud. Didn't want that to be a distraction. Hut Strickland when he drove for Bobby Allison's team. Jeff Hammond, crew chief for Darrell Waltrip at the time. Dale Inman, who was team manager for Richard Petty's team. Robbie Loomis was actually crew chief at the time. Here is a Jimmy Johnson card, and not the current Jimmy Johnson. This was a executive of Hendrick Motorsports. Ted Conder and backwards. Another Nemechek rookie. Steve Meal, Mark Martin's crew chief. Looks like we got our third Linda Petty card of the day. Need to have a Jeff Gordon card to pop up shortly. That's what we're looking for. Should have brought in a pair of scissors for these. I'm glad they're not sticking together. Some sports cards in the early 90s do have that tendency to stick together real bad. Mike Wallace rookie card. Mike Beam, who's currently an executive for one of the Xfinity Series teams, Gallagher Motorsports. Red Farmer, who still races to this day in local short tracks down around the Southeast. DK Ulrich. Teresa Earnhardt, this is the wife of Dale Earnhardt. That's her rookie card. We'll put that one aside. And the King Richard Petty. Teresa was technically the owner of the Busch Series team that Dale drove for. Many of of the drivers' wives were listed as the owners throughout the years. Not sure if that was just a tax reason, but I'm sure it was. Martin Martland. Really like to pull the Jeff Gordon rookie. We're seeing multiples of other cards, but have not seen our first Jeff Gordon card yet, or our first Dale Earnhardt card yet. Another Davey, Hubert Hensley, and C.C. Welliver again. So, High Speed Chaos, this is from the 91 First Union 400. I can tell it's from 91 because of this car right here, the Dinner Bell car. That paint scheme only ran in 1991. Another Mike Wallace rookie. Dale Jarrett. Hendrick Motorsports, Bud Moore. I think that's the first time we've seen Doug Williams. He was the crew chief for Lake Speed that year in Cale Yarborough's number 66 car. Dr. Jerry Punch again. Bobby Hillen. I believe that was in one of the first packs that we opened today. Robert Yates, Travis Carter, Dave Marcus. I don't believe we've seen Dave Marcus yet today. Quality control was not that great in 1991. All the cards are flipped around and turned around. A little frustrating. Tim Brewer, we haven't seen him yet. Jimmy Cox, NASCAR official. Joe Moore worked for MRN, I believe he still does, and Tim Petty. Just as of a couple years ago, Tim Petty was still a crew chief on Brendan Gaughan's Xfinity Series car. I believe he still may be with the RCR organization. And there we go, finally, the Jeff Gordon rookie card. As you can see, Jeff is in his Carolina Ford dealer's uniform. Slightly off-centered left to right. But still a nice card. Jeff was only 20 years old at the time. But very nice. Well, little soft corner down there on the bottom left of the card, but still a nice addition to the collection. So we have Bobby Hillen, Todd Bodine rookie. I think we've seen Todd once already today. Kyle Petty. I'm not sure if we've seen Kyle yet. Max Helton, who was the chaplain for the Motor Racing Outreach. Brooks again, George Bradshaw, former owner. Clyde Booth, crew chief. Andy Petrie, crew chief for Harry Gann at the time. And finally, a Dale Earnhardt card. This may be his Busch Series driver card, but I couldn't tell you because it doesn't say if it's his Busch Series or not. Yeah, that's his Busch Series driver card. We'll keep rolling in this, try to pull another Jeff Gordon rookie. Maybe get one that's a little bit better centered so we can send it into PSA. Get it graded, get a 10. I've been adding some PSA cards to my set, or my collection I should say. I'm working on a 1988 Max PSA 10 set. I've got 13 of the 100 cards. There's going to be a few that will be a little bit more difficult. But I do have 2 more packs of 5 each of the 88 Max that I recently got. There's another Teresa Earnhardt and Richard Petty. Trying to rapid fire through these packs as quickly as I can. My counter's almost at 20 minutes. I know 30 minutes is the limit on my phone, then it just shuts off the camera. So if I have to, I may cut this break early. Alan Quickie again. Greg Moore, son of Bud Moore. Bruce Roney, NASCAR official. Not very many drivers in this pack. Lots of crewmen. Guess I did miss the Rusty Wallace on the front. Rusty, 1989 NASCAR champion. Currently works for MRN during their broadcast of the NASCAR races. A very excitable figure. There is another Dale Earnhardt Busch Series driver card. No, actually, I'm sorry, that's his Cup Series driver card. Very nice card there. Really like that one. We have Sterling Marlin again. Kenny Wallace. Another card flipped around. A couple cards flipped around. Jimmy Finnig. Keith Allman, who worked for Bobby Allison's team for many years. One of the Wood brothers, Eddie there. Robbie Loomis. Marlon Wright, who was one of the pace car drivers. Jeff Hensley, and there's another card behind it, Ed Barrier, former Busch Series driver. I think I'm going to cut it after this pack, and I got one more pack, and we'll save the other stack for the next video. Danny Myers, Chocolate Myers, Roger Penske owner card. Mark Martin, Robert Presley there. Who we got flipped around? Terry Labonte. His first year returning to Billy Hagan's car. He had driven for Junior Johnson during the 87, 88, 89 seasons. He'd previously driven for Billy Hagan's team and won a championship in 84. There's Dale Earnhardt. Now that's another Busch Series driver card. Very nice. Rob Moroso, who was tragically killed in a highway accident, but you'll need to read up on that and find out why. Most NASCAR fans know. Scott Houston, Rusty Wallace, and the Goodwrench Transporter. We'll do one more pack here, then we'll wrap this video up. I've still got one more stack of 91 Traks to go through. Like I said, there was, I believe, 36 packs in this. They're just tough to open. I couldn't get through them fast enough, and I wanted to be able to take the time to talk about some of the key cards in here, and I didn't want this to be an hour-long video. But I can't make that happen because my phone shuts off after 30 minutes anyway. So we got Jimmy Makar. Mike McLaughlin, that's a rookie card. That's a nice one. Mike was a Busch North Series and a modified driver. Another Ken Wilson, crew chief for Michael Waltrip. Will Lind, crew member for Dale Earnhardt. Bob Tomlinson with Cale Yarborough's team, Fillmore Racing. Looks like Ned Jarrett. I'll make sure there's nothing stuck to that one. Didn't talk about Bill Broderick earlier. He was a representative of Unical/Union 76. You'd often see him in Victory Lane. His nickname was the Hat Man. When drivers would come into Victory Lane, he would be the guy behind the driver switching off this contingency and sponsorship hats, maybe the race sponsor, the Goodyear hat, whatever other contingency sponsors there were, so that way they could be photos of the winning driver with those sponsors. Bob Jenkins worked a number of years for ESPN, now works at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Richard Yates, we briefly mentioned him earlier, and another Sunoco transporter. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. We still have one more stack, partial stack, about 1.5 stacks of 91 Traks to continue with. We'll do that in another video later this week, so that way we can finish this up. As always, we get to 100 subs. We're creeping our way there, but when we get to 100 subs, we'll do a randomizer, and somebody will receive the 1998 VIP Tony Stewart rookie card. I know I put this up in every video, but I want to make sure that our new viewers and new subscribers know what's available to them. Please throw me a follow at Hallie Emery on Twitter there. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, keep on watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.